Okay, good morning, Nigerians. You're still watching AIT, and this is Kakaaki Social. I am Ohima Maiza, your anchor on this segment. Of course, insecurity is a big discussion in the studio this morning, and it has stirred some hornets' nest. Well, let's start the social media show this morning and take a look at what is trending. Yes, President Muhammadu Buhari was asked the question, should Nigerians expect anything different in the war against insecurity? And his response was no. The Inspector General of Police is working so hard already. In fact, he has lost weight. This was the response of the president to a journalist upon his arrival from the United Kingdom after a 10-day private visit. The president was asked, should we expect a new strategy? He said, no, the IGP, the Inspector General of Police, he's working so hard already. He has, in fact, lost weight. Nigerians are reacting to the video of that interview in the social media already. We'll be taking a look at that this morning, how Nigerians are reacting, and other emerging issues on insecurity in the country. Ashaka Saleh shared that video with us on Twitter. I just saw the IG. I think he's losing weight. So I think he's working very hard. President Buhari. Let's take a look at this video very quickly and the comments that followed.
Are we likely to use a different approach in the fight against insecurity, especially kidnapping, which is a big issue now, sir?
No, I have just seen the IG. I think he's still losing weight, so I think he's working very hard.
Okay, and then we'll take a look at the reactions. Edachi_tweeting said, future generations of Nigerians will look back upon this period and wonder how exactly we were ever convinced of this man's intellectual capacity to rule this nation. And we'll take a look at more reactions. Osife Komak in a tweet said, whether you are a Buharist or not, the chief security officer of a country like ours that is currently facing serious security issues shouldn't make jokes of it. It is like trivializing the issues and mocking his citizens. Osife Komak not taking that comment from the president kindly. King Susie 2013 tweeting said, I'm not a fan of the president, but we can cut him a slack. He is trying to correlate hard work and body size. However, incorrectly and insensitively in security matters. When we raise entry requirement for position of president from school certificate, we can expect more. King Susie 2013 tweeting, Reno Mokri in a tweet said, Chief of Army Staff Buratai must not be working since he's not losing weight. I now see why Buhari supported his skeletal Oshomole as APC chairman. No wonder APC did not give his ticket to Akinwumi Ambode. His fatness showed that he is not working. Reno Mokri tweeting yesterday from Prince MBK1, Bello Kolawole. They asked Buhari about kidnappers along Kaduna Abuja Expressway. He said he just saw the IG of police, that he is losing weight. That means he is working. Oh, Father Lord, deliver us from this darkness. Prince NK B1 tweeting there. Atom T Gold in a tweet said, no one in Nigeria will live long enough to see another president beat Buhari's incompetence. I want Atiku to win the tribunal so badly. Atom Tigo Tobi Babatunde tweeting, Henry Shield in a tweet said, after watching the president's response to a journalist asking about his position on the insecurity in the country, all I can say is this president doesn't care. Henry Shield tweeting, Ogbeni Dipo in a tweet yesterday said, GEJ could never joke about the death of 10 people in Borno because he would be called clueless, stupid, and a bigot. But Buhari can joke after 1,100 people have been killed in just 3 months. And he'll still be defended by some of the people who nearly tore GEJ to shreds. May we not take a job where we have to praise, sing, clap, and dance over issues we criticized yesterday. May heavens not shame us before we eat. Ogbeni Dikbo in a tweet yesterday, choosing some to tweet and said, reporter, are you going to step up the fight against insecurity? PMB, no. His reason is better head yourself. I want to ask again, what did Nigerians do to Buhari to deserve this treatment? What is it that he can't forgive? Must we all die before he stops keeping malice? Chosen Somto tweeting yesterday, there have been a lot of concerns over the president's comment stating that there's nothing really that is going to be done about the insecurity in the country because the IGP is working hard already. Abdullah Q tweeting at IH shared this video with us of members of the Federal House of Representatives who are really making a lot of concerns about the current situation of insecurity in the country right now. Let's take a look at this video very quickly.
That the recent spate of the said attacks on members of my constituency has reached an alarming stage, as the perpetrators of this deadly act continuously kill innocent persons in my constituency and set their home ablaze, while defenseless men and women are abducted to unknown destination.
It's like the whole of the North Yes, in the southeast, southwest, you have kidnapping and everything, but it looks like the whole of the north is taken over by, I won't call them bandits, I won't call them terrorists, I will say the failure of our governance.
People need solution to this issue of insecurity first. Mr. Speaker, our people cannot go to market, village markets today, so trading has collapsed. The issue of social interaction has collapsed because people can no longer go attend funeral.
Mr. Speaker, where are we going? Mr. Speaker, I cannot go to my village and sleep. I cannot go to my village and spend a night as I'm speaking to you. For the last 1 year, wallahi, I can't go to my village and sleep. I feel very insecure. And this is where I find myself. Mr. Speaker, it is terrible. It is terrible. We have to do something about it. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, members of the Federal House of Representatives, who are also members of the ruling APC, are raising serious concerns right there in the video you just watched about the alarming rate of insecurity in the country. And just as concerns have also come that the federal government has promised to give 100 billion naira to Miyetti Allah after a meeting with Miyetti Allah leaders a couple of days ago. This has not been confirmed by the presidency. We cannot ascertain the veracity of this report, but it's a conversation going on in the social media already. IJ12002 tweeting said, Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, we are demanding for 160 billion naira, but Buhari and APC government are begging them to accept 100 billion naira. My question is, how much will they give the farmers, both the ones killed and the ones alive? Niger Delta get Python dance. IJ12002 tweeting yesterday. We'll take a look at this tweet from Jackson PB and Jackson Uday. Ohaneze Ndigbo, Afenifere, Middle Belt Forum, South-South leaders demand for your own 100 billion naira. No tribe or ethnicity is bigger than the other. Buhari cannot give 100 billion naira to Miyetti Allah and abandon others. Jackson PBN tweeting yesterday. And then from Senator Shehu Sani, sounding a note of warning, tweeted and said, the reported talks between the FG and Miyetti Allah leadership in Kebbi State towards finding a solution to the security challenges in the Northwest is in order. But no public resources should be given, committed, or pledged to Miyetti or any other group other than security agencies. Senator Shehu Sani tweeting yesterday, and the Ohaneze Ndigbo, the apex socio-political organization of the Igbos, Ohaneze warns Buhari government against offering Miyetti Allah 100 billion naira over insecurity. This is the concern coming from Ohaneze Ndigbo on this issue that has been trending in the Nigerian social media. And I will take a look at Game of Thrones, which has been trending. Episode 4 came out on Monday, and if you haven't still seen it up till now, it's your fault, because a repeat episode was aired yesterday night at 10 p.m. So, yes, burn them all. The battle line is drawn between Cersei Lannister and Daenerys Targaryen. After what we saw, that was quite disheartening. The killing of Missandei by Cersei. Let's go on and take a look at some of the commentary in the social media right now. Watamurimi92 tweeting said, me on the phone with the Game of Thrones writers after watching Arya reject Gendry. John getting rid of Ghost. Jamie leaving Brienne for Cersei. Rhaegar and Missandei getting killed. And Dany starting to go mad. All in the same episode. This was a very packed episode. It started all out like there was nothing really serious going to happen. They were just drinking and messing around. But the end of that episode has left us in shock. Let's go on and take a look at some more details. Soy Super Panda tweeting and said, everybody's like Missandei could have grabbed Cersei and jumped. Yes, I was actually expecting Missandei not to just go down like that. She just stood with chains in her hands and got beheaded. She could have done something. Pulled a stunt, maybe. Well, let's take a look at the moment that actually happened. That was one epic moment in episode 4 of Game of Thrones season 8. BS Colade shared this video with us. I can already envisage how sweet Cersei's death will be. Game of Thrones season 8 episode 4. Let's take a look at this video very quickly.
Dracarys.
God have mercy on Cersei Lannister. You can tell from the look on Daenerys' face, fire is going to burn. Okay, Mr. Jolov on Instagram shared his own recap. His own recap of episode 4 of season 8 of Game of Thrones. Recap from Game of Thrones season 8 episode 4. I beg, no vex, say I don't spoil the matter. No vex. Let's take a look at his version of the recap.
This now for people who not watch the episode 4 for Game of Thrones season 8. The matter where they grab say they don't kill Khaleesi dragon, you know understand? Because Khaleesi say won't go meet Cersei, won't go smart for Cersei kingdom. You never even reach Afro's first, and now they feel blast. They say that they so far go say they take kill the dragon. So now Khaleesi not get level again because for who they just slow grand safe now they don't discharge her. You know so normally when they don't fight war finish, you know the way they take the healer which you call it spread like virus. Now she not get level again. Cause they want they turn Jon Snow head. Then that other white girl with the fight normally we get white hair. You know say now V normally, you know understand? Cersei brother. Bust now. So now she don't get feelings. Then Aya, the boy we joke and we bust at that time. Cause they want a reason babe level now saying a lot of one side now. Once another babe tell her say I'm not a lady, you know understand? Because this film Iraq with the correct not with all this kind of matter. So go watch your Game of Thrones. If you say I don't spoil no verse.
Okay, and there's this concern about a Starbucks cup making its way into the set of Game of Thrones live show. Can you guys imagine that? Was this paid for? How did this even happen? You can see right there the Starbucks cup right in the set of a movie that was supposed to be like centuries ago. I was supposed to tell us about what happened centuries ago. How did a Starbucks coffee cup make it right there? Come on, this is the gaffe of the century. Somebody should be fired. Okay, let's take a look at some of the conversations around this. This is currently also trending. I write all day, tweeting said, for those of you who don't think the Starbucks cup gaffe was real, I went back to watch it and let's take a look.
Okay, I'm waiting for this little Starbucks cup.
That's why we all agreed to follow him. That's the kind of man he is.
Torment's talking. Torment's talking. Torment's talking. Pan to the right. Come on. Yeah. Look at the cup!
Look at the cup. Okay. Jenna Guyo on Twitter said, you're telling me they had 2 years to put together a decent show and they couldn't even spot the goddamn Starbucks cup in Winterfell? Game of Thrones, when I no try at all. Okay. Glam and God Twitter said, felt like a failure today, but then I saw that dozens of production and post-production crew failed to see that a Starbucks cup was left in a Game of Thrones shot from their 3rd to last episode ever. And now I feel better. Okay, these are some of the comments and reactions we saw. And the debate is still on. We're trying to predict what exactly is going to happen at the end of Game of Thrones. Who is eventually going to sit on the Iron Throne? Well, author Stephen King has an opinion. Stephen King tweeted and said, suppose, just suppose, now that Jon and Dany both died, along with Cersei, of course, suppose, just suppose, that a certain little man with a big heart ended up sitting on the Iron Throne. Okay, apparently referring to Tyrion Lannister. We would love to see what happens at the end of Game of Thrones. Okay, we'll leave Game of Thrones now and go to Instagram, where we've seen this story on Instablog Nigeria. Pastor allegedly sends kidnappers after another pastor in Auchi, Edo State. A case of end time, right? Okay, let's take a look at this video very quickly and the comments are followed.
Members of the church were attending Wednesday counseling and deliverance service when the suspected kidnappers drove into the church premises and requested to see the general overseer, Prophet Isaac Abraham. The youths who suspected a foul play apprehended 2 of the suspects, while 2 others who were armed escaped.
It's a land of solution. Because will be that person I make us send them.
The suspects, Gideon Daniel, a soldier, and Oseni Igbiti, a security guard, confessed to the crime, alleging that they were sent by another pastor in the area. They showed some message conversations between them and their sponsor, who allegedly paid them 200,000 naira each to carry out the operation. The Auchi area commander, Rita Oki, confirmed the incidents and vowed to get to the bottom of it, as investigation was already ongoing.
Okay, I'm not sure I'm the only one who heard how the reporter ended that report. But we move on from that to the commentary. His Royal Dopiness posting said, end time. This is what happens when we drift from preaching salvation to focusing on wealth. And from Ikechuk, the world is coming to an end. May God save us from destruction and end time pastors. Ikechuk posting on Instablog Niger Cash page in the post said, every one of you that turns the house of God into business, I pray God make a quick judgment on you all before you tarnish the belief of every Christian. Amen. Cash pay posting, MD Dopewears posting said, Yoruba producers about to make this into a movie. Ija pasito ni ilu Auchi. Okay, pardon my Yoruba, not so good. Okay, now, last week we brought you the issue of Nigerian actor, Nollywood actor Francis Odega, who was alleged to have beaten up his wife on several occasions. He has come out with his own side of the story. This was published on Instablog as well. Domestic Violence and Responsibility Abdication. Actor Francis Odega shares his side of the story. Let's take a look at what he said.
Honestly, I'm not happy. Really, I am not happy. I just said, report me to Instagram that I'm a deadbeat dad. I cannot take care of my family and my daughter, but it is really surprising to me. This is the same woman I gave 7 million naira with her mom to go and purchase a property for me, a land somewhere. I have not seen the property till today. I only saw a video of where the landlord was handing over the keys to the property and the documents of the property to her, but till date, I have not laid my hands on the keys or the documents. This is the same woman I've given over 4 cars in the last 2 years. She sells the car, I buy another one for her. She didn't complain. And now she says I'm not taking care of my daughter. This last term that passed now, I paid 900,000 naira school fee for my daughter. Usually it was 650,000. But she called me and said there were other fees, they were going for excursion and other tutoring, 900,000 naira. I paid. Now the school just resumed. Not quite long ago, nobody has asked my daughter for school fees. Nobody has sent her out of school. This woman came with this because she has told me earlier on that she was going to humiliate me, that I was going to suffer in Lagos, I was going to beg in Lagos because we had some irreconcilable differences because of attitude years back. So I'm really surprised that she's doing this. I know my daughter very well. I have been spending for her. My daughter is like my second wife. I do not play with her. If you ask her, she will tell you. But now, we all can see that what my daughter was using on Instagram there was scripted for her by this woman. My daughter on her own couldn't do this because she loves her daddy. And my daughter will tell you point blank, they never sent her out of school because of school fees. I paid the bills. I paid my house rent. I paid the school fees and other bills. I didn't pay her short bills, her short rent, for real. I mean, why is she doing this? Because I asked you out of my house because of what you did. Now you now went on social media to humiliate me. It is well. You said I'm going to beg. I believe I'm not begging. Already, please bring my daughter and let me go and enroll her in a school that I can afford. I pay the bills and not you. So please, and if I wait for you for like a month and you do not bring her, I am coming straight at you to claim my daughter and put her in a school that I can afford. But for God's sake, I'm not Dangote. I'm not Hush Puppy. I'm not Monfa. I mean, I don't have it. You guys know how our industry is. It doesn't come all the time. I mean, after paying all the bills, man has to at least save for retirement too. I mean, it's not fair. Ladies and gentlemen, I just take this time to address this because I do not want to grant press interviews, and I know how many calls I've gotten to call and explain all that. So I'm doing this on my own page. This is Francis Odega. This is what I've said. So, honestly, it's so painful, but I'm alright here, man.
Okay, there's a popular saying that there are always 3 sides to the story: your side, my side, and the truth. So we don't know who's telling the truth right now, the wife or Francis. Well, let's leave their private matters for them. Okay, now the controversy over Tonto DK's issue with her ex-husband, Churchill, has remained in the social media. We've seen this video on Instagram by Edo Babe Alex B. Don't bring house problem to the market. House problem is being solved in the house, not in the market, because social media is a marketplace where we buy and sell our products. Thank you to whom it may concern. I love you. Very interesting video as we wrap up the show this morning. Let's take a look. Oh, we couldn't bring the video to you. Okay, so sorry about that. Maybe I'll play the video for you tomorrow. This is where we have to draw the curtain this morning. Please follow the conversation on WhatsApp. Okay, the video. We have the video now. All right, let's take a look.
Every town now they like to they distract our attention from where Buhari dey. With the fair I want to remove Regina Daniel and your husband come out for social media. He never even clear. Toto Dike carry you come. Imagine the rubbish way they come out for your man. You say your husband, you know they take for bed, but now you marry him. You don't even they both say now you pay bride price. As beautiful as you are, man, now you they pay my bride price. As this my boyfriend come in now, wait to eat in a toothpick and go pay money for here. At the craze, if I no get sense. That the freeze way do it like he do me one side they say. He can't still sit down, they listen to the yama way they come out for your mat. Okay, tomorrow now, if you not two concert to call, man where you born for, now they disgrace for public like that. See person, it be like griffer where we escape.
I never expected it.
Oh my God, you can't beat Edo and Delta with mouth. Forget it. We get mouth. Okay, this is where we draw the curtain this morning. Please add us on WhatsApp and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I am Ohima Maize. Handing over back now to Shola and Chiko Dinaka.